What is going on, guys? It's your boy LynxForte Dan, and we are here for our APA Week 1 battle. It's the start of Season 3, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here, back again. We are now, this is our, I think all in all, this is our, 10th APA season, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Showdown and Wi-Fi included. This is the 3rd season of Wi-Fi. If you missed our draft analysis, make sure you go and check it out so you know what team we're rocking out with. Now, just a little pep talk to the guys before we jump into this. Our week 1 match against aDrive. Now, if you haven't heard of aDrive before, he's quite a small channel, so you know, make sure you go and send him some love. Send some love his way. A few subs, maybe, you know, get him to my level. This battle was dubbed as Battle of the Dans, so I can't wait to see which Dan came out on top. Now, word of warning, before we jump into it, I have no battle animations on because I spent like 2 or 3 days solid basically grinding through the actual game because I hadn't completed it to get the Mega Stone so that I could actually use Mega Lopunny this season. Spoilers, if you didn't know, I had Mega Lopunny. Yeah, and I think that's it. Yeah, so basically battle animations are off. I forgot to switch them back on, so that I'll make sure I fix that for next week. But anyway, the team we are going with. We got Rotom-Mow. Now, Rotom-Mow is a Scarf variant, not intentionally. Here we are going to attempt to lead it and trick it onto something, expecting a Celesteela lead, and then he can either choose to predict the Volt Switch and switch out into like Cresselia or possibly Celebi. And then we can hope to trick a Scarf onto one of those 3 Mons. Onto any of those 3 Mons would be perfect. It really would be great. So that's sort of the main role of Rotom. And then it's just got Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, and can I remember what and it's the last move, I think it's just Pain Split. So once it gets rid of the Scarf, it'll be a bit more offensive minded. It can do a bit of work on his team. It's a nice little pivot to have. Aside from Rotom, we've got Sylveon, who is specially defensive to attempt to deal with Mega Houndoom. Now, Mega Houndoom in the sun is a real problem. It's just so powerful. For example, Fire Blast in the sun, Oko's Empoleon. Completely Oko's Empoleon. I know it's not resisted, it's neutral, but it just wipes it out. So Sylveon is there to help deal with that. Pretty basic set just with Moonblast. Can't have Hyper Voice because Como can run Bulletproof or Soundproof. Soundproof is the one that stops Hyper Voice, I think. That would make sense. I'm not an idiot all the time. Trust me, I'm not. Even though in my draft analysis, if you haven't seen it, I did say the Piplup was in the same generation as like Snivy. I think that's what I said, and that was wrong. It was Turtwig. I've been told since. But yeah. Speaking of Empoleon, Empoleon is also sort of it's a defensive variant. Again, it's gonna try and help with Houndoom, but it's more just sort of general defensive. Maybe Celesteela particularly. We're carrying Rocks, Defog, Scald, and Roar. The Roar is there to stop Cresselia setting up because I'm really scared of Carmine Cresselia. And that's pretty much all Empoleon is there for. We have Gengar. Gengar is our main offensive threat. Pretty much every time Gengar comes in, it can get a kill. So I think with Gengar we are going for the... Gengar is one of our Z captains. So Gengar is holding the Electrium Z to help deal with Celesteela. We've got Shadow Ball. I think... Trying to remember off the top of my head what other moves we have. Just general coverage. Pretty much just general coverage. Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny is typical. It's return. We actually got power up punch because we didn't want to go for fake out. Can't remember why. I think just because we knew that Cresselia was going to be. That's right. We knew Cresselia was going to be a Rocky Helmet variant. I think that's what I was pretty sure of it happening. It completely walls it, and he can get chip on Lopunny with that. So we actually went for Toxic over fake out. To try and Toxic the Cresselia on the switch. And this last move was... we did actually put a high jump kick on. It was return, power up punch, high jump kick, and Toxic. And finally, Staraptor is there just with Double Edge, Brave Bird, U-turn, and Final Gambit. Final Gambit, again, as another resort for Cresselia, because I was really just scared of this thing, and I didn't want it setting up all over me, and it was just a final gambit against it, basically. But with no further ado, guys, we are going to head into the game. We are ready to take it on. It is a replay. This is not a live com this week, guys, unfortunately. I do want to do as many live comms as I possibly can, but I live away from home during the week, and so if I battle during the week, then I won't be able to live com because I don't have my computer. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm just going to get the video up, and I think yeah, here we go. Here's aDrive. So you can see the team that he's brought. He's brought the Celesteela, Cresselia, the Mega Houndoom, the Mimikyu, Komodo, and Torkoal. So again, at this point, I was just thinking I'm gonna lead Rotom with the strategy that we have and see what happens.
Just a quick heads up, I have changed my clothes because I've had to re-record this at a separate time, but we're just going to jump straight into the battle, and as soon as it wants to come up, there it is. And we are challenged by Pokemon Trainer aDrive, and as we predicted, he does lead. Wait for it. I'm going to wait for it. He does lead the Skydrive, which is the Celesteela, so I was happy to just go for my trick and see what we can do with it. Unfortunately, aDrive did read it like a book and protected, and now at this point I really wanted to make a prediction and predict that the Mega Houndoom is going to come in, because it's the only one that he can switch into and avoid this trick. But I wasn't comfortable predicting that, purely because it is the second round, second turn or whatever, and I didn't want to risk my Mega Lopunny. Like I could have switched into Mega Lopunny, and then obviously it forces Houndoom out straight away. But I was just scared of like switching in on a fucking Air Slash or something. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't make that switch. I did just go for the trick again, and unfortunately he does actually do what I thought he would, and goes out into Sirius, which is the Houndoom. So at this point, yeah, we failed our trick, and I'm just going to switch out into our dedicated answer for this. Well, I say answer, as I say, Sylveon deals with this pretty well, but let's say as soon as this thing's in the sun, it will become a problem. So we need to try and keep Sylveon as healthy as we can, but he does Mega Evolve and fires off a Fire Blast here. Throws off a Fire Blast. Yeah, there's no animations. And he withdraws as we just go. I think did we go for a Baton Pass here? I think we went for a Baton Pass. He goes out into the Torkoal, trying to take if I want to go for a Hyper Voice or something. So yeah, I do Baton Pass predicting that, which means that we can get Pingu in here. And I know we don't resist fire, but I wanted to get my rocks up, and I think we just trade rocks here. I'm pretty sure we just trade rocks here. Yep. At this point, I don't want him to get his Mega Houndoom in, so I go for a Roar. Unfortunately, he actually goes out into Komodo, which is an interesting one because I could have gone for a Scald, but I Roar him out, and this actually brings in Sirius. And so now at this point, his Mega Houndoom is in. Yeah, it's taken 25% from rocks, which is fine, and it's about to take another 12.5% from solar power, but that means this thing's now in. It's in the sun, and it's got like 7 turns in the sun. Depending on his item, it's 3 to 6 turns remaining of sun, I think, or 3 to 7, I don't know. Which is scary, because as I say, a Fire Blast from this thing on Empoleon takes it out. Unfortunately, I did have to switch out into Sylveon, but all I could really hope for that is he decided to go for a Dark Pulse for some reason. Because we don't live a Fire Blast. Hope that he misses the Fire Blast. No such luck. And there's a crit as well. I don't think the crit. The crit definitely didn't matter. And Sylveon goes down. So his solar power takes him down to about 50, and we can bring in the Mega Lopunny now. And as we said, we've got Toxic on this thing. So I really wanted to just predict the Cresselia coming in, because I was expecting like a Rocky Helmet Cresselia. I was expecting that. So I didn't want to. Play it too safe. I wanted to try and make this play. So I did throw off the Toxic. We'll see him switch out. We'll switch out into the Cresselia, the Moonduck. And if you've never played against Cresselia, guys, it's the worst thing in the world. It's just so bulky. So it's really important that we got this Toxic off. You see the Mega Evolution here, the Mega Lopunny coming in, and we throw off this Toxic, and we miss, as per usual with us. And so, again, I don't want to take a Psychic here. I don't want to risk anything, so I just switch out into Empoleon to take the Psychic, and unfortunately for us, wait for it, aDrive pulls a really good double, and he doubles straight back out into his Mega Houndoom. I mean, yeah, he takes another 25% from Rocks. He does take another 25% from Rocks, and he'll take another 12.5% from Solar Power, but now he gets to fire off a Fire Blast, and he kills something. And at this point, it was a case of, what do I let die? And to be honest, I didn't really think that question through that well. Didn't really let that question sit. I didn't think about it too much, and I just sort of went, I need Gengar, I need Mega Lopunny, I need Staraptor. Thinking about it, Rotom Wash, Rotom Mow was actually pretty irrelevant at this point, but that was a 50-50 that I kind of had to make, I guess. So Pingu was the one to be sacrificed. I think, thinking back on it, I probably should have sat the Rotom Mow, I think. But the Solar Power doesn't quite take it out, so I do just send in Rotom Mow with the Scarf. We do outspeed, just to throw a Volt Switch in there. Which I think was the best thing we could have done. So we go back, and I think I just went out into Staraptor because I thought this thing's going to hit hard. Not really thinking about what Torkoal was doing. Sorry, I'm just actually going to get rid of the Mons on the screen, because I just realised I've not been doing it. Mon 2 gone. So the Torkoal comes out. Let me just pause it there. Sylveon goodbye. Mega Houndoom goodbye. Yeah. So Torkoal comes out, and I'm running Calcs, and this thing is too bulky for me to really hit. So I'm just going to U-turn out of there. Unfortunately, we wasted 25% from Rocks for no reason, which does affect our chance of using Final Gambit later on. But we do go out into Rotom. Again, this is a complete sack. Lava Plume comes in, takes out Rotom, and we are just, at this point, I'm thinking, this isn't going well. I bring the Gengar in just because it's our only special attacker left, so it's got the best chance of taking out this Torkoal. Throws off the Shadow Ball, doesn't quite pick up the KO, but this time we are going to pick it up. So the Torkoal goes down. That's my one. This is why I was wondering. And he brings in the Mimikyu. Now, obviously, I don't want to risk a Shadow Claw. Or a Shadow Sneak, because Gengar goes down, and otherwise Gengar gets a kill every time it comes in, pretty much. And so I'm switching out here. I'm not messing around. I know I have to break the sub, so I'm gonna switch out into Mega Lopunny. And unfortunately, really nice tech that he goes for here. He goes for the Trick Room, and what this means is that now his Mimikyu outspeeds my entire team. My whole team is faster than base 100, and then he comes out with the Z move. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry, there's no animation. I'm really sorry, but go check out Dan's side of the video if you do want to see the animation. But we went out into Buckbeak. It's a lost game at this point, but we do just want to U-turn, try and break the sub, break the disguise. But he withdraws, goes out into Celesteela. And we have, obviously, we're locked into U-turn. We U-turn, bring in Gengar, and we do have the Electrium Z. So at this point, I got quite excited because I was like, oh, we can get a kill. So I popped it, sent it off, and then remembered Trick Room is still in play. And so unfortunately, Gengar did go down. So then we just put Staraptor in there, just to throw us off, throw our last bits in there. Oh, I keep getting rid of the wrong Mons, man. There they are. Oh, here's again, and Staraptor goes down. So unfortunately, we did lose. It was a 4-0, which is not the way we want to start the season. As I say, there were a couple misplays there, and a couple ones where first game of the season, I'm not one to be taking loads of risks and things like that, and that's where I need to improve. I need to get better at doing that. I need to just trust myself. But yeah, I mean, oh god, what have I done? I just made it all big. There we go. So yeah, that's something where I'm looking to prove. But we are back at it again next week against GeneralTarheel and his Charizards. Charlotte Charizards. Ben is a good pal of ours, so it'll be a good fun game. And his team is pretty scary. He's got like Lando T, Toxapex, things like that. I can't remember what else off the top of my head, but Panther himself did vote as the best draft in the league this season, so it's going to be scary for sure. But I think all things aside, guys, make sure you go check out Dan's side of the battle below. I've put his link in the description. I've also linked all 16 coaches, so I guess that includes myself, but they're all in there. And yeah, make sure you go check them out and show everyone some love and some support, because we've got some amazing coaches this year. Really looking forward to see how it turns out. But that's everything from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been LynxForte Dan. Peace.